Hello, good morning, good evening, and welcome to Lenovo Unboxed. This is Gavin along with my old pal.
Kevin.
How are you, Kev?
Doing well, brother.
Good. We're here today to unbox the latest iteration of our Yoga franchise. Can we call it a franchise?
It is now.
All right. What's
the
it called?
Yoga 2 Pro.
Yoga 2 Pro. This is not for amateurs.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Professional version.
The professional version. So you guys may know by now, and feel free to even start getting it out of the box.
Yep.
Again, our rare moment, ceremonial box cutter. Backstory is 2012 saw the debut of the Yoga form factor. Many of you guys will be very familiar with that by now. We had an original 13 and 11 inch version, is that right?
Correct. The Yoga 13 and the Yoga 11S.
Yeah, and so we updated it earlier this year on the 11 inch version, and now here we have the new, I think, fairly spectacular 13 inch version, right?
Yep.
So what's the first thing, aside from the gorgeous return to the clementine orange color, what's the obvious headline here, Kev? What stands out about Yoga 2 Pro?
The big news is the screen resolution, right?
Okay.
We had, I don't remember exactly what they were, but fairly standard, decent, good, whatever you want to call it, screen resolutions on the original Yoga.
Sure.
But they really just decided to go crazy on this one. QHD Plus, 3200 by 1800.
You're just making stuff up now. Q. What does the Q stand for? Quad. Okay.
QHD Plus.
So 3200 by 1800 screen display resolution.
Yes.
That's
stunning.
Pretty good. That's more than anything I've heard of.
Yep.
And maybe we'll get into that a little bit deeper.
And let's see. Thinner,
lighter, presumably.
Thinner and lighter. I don't remember again what the original one was, but we're at 3.1 pounds, which let me check my cheat sheet. 1.39 kilos.
Okay.
And down to 15.5 millimeters on this puppy.
Not bad.
Not bad. And
worth noting that it's also a new generation of Intel processor as well, right?
Yep. Fourth generation Intel up to i7, Core i7, the Haswell or Shark Bay, depending on how you.
Shark Bait? No, that's different. That's different.
You non-techie people.
We're going to get letters from Intel now. Just kidding. It's Shark Bay, and it's a fabulous line of processors.
Lovely line of processors.
So as we get into the nerdy, specky stuff,
Yep.
Can you please just open it and put it in tent mode immediately? Again, for you guys who are not as familiar, if you're not familiar with Yoga, this is what makes it Yoga. It puts its proverbial legs behind its proverbial head and goes into tent mode. And we will be sure to demonstrate all 4 modes.
Yes.
Laptop, tablet, tent, and stand. But why don't you nerd out for a second, Kevin? Give us some more specs on this thing.
Okay, so like I said, QHD Plus screen, 3200 by 1800. That is an IPS screen because someone will ask.
All right, and for people like me who are not techies, IPS means when you view it from different angles, it still looks good.
It specifically means in-plane switching, which is just a name for the technology that means when you view it and turn it, past a 45-degree angle up to, about 80 degrees off axis, you can still get like really good brightness and really good color.
So for some reason, I always picture a small village in a small country somewhere where there's one Yoga laptop for the whole village, and it's like the World Cup or some huge event, and the whole village is gathered around, and they're all discussing how IPS display helps them all watch the game and see it.
If it helps you sleep at night.
I'm going to make that happen.
Okay.
So if you're in a small town in a small country right now, please write into us and let us know.
Okay, so let's geek out a little bit. What else today?
Please.
So 8 gigs of RAM, and again, as always, will depend on the country, depend on what models, but is enabled up to 512 gig SSD storage.
Okay.
Right?
Great.
So in every tangible sense of spec, at least a 1-step, if not a 2 to 3 to 4-step upgrade from everything in the old product.
This is a high-end machine. I mean, when I saw the specs on it, and you guys will need to check the price where you live, but to me, the price was quite reasonable considering what I saw on the spec sheet there.
Yep.
So go ahead and show us the ports there.
Yep. So we've got a charging USB port here, your headphone jack, volume up and down, rotation lock. You've got your recovery button here in case anything goes wrong. You need to recover the preload. You've got power. Nothing here on the front side. Notice how slim and svelte the Yoga 2 Pro is.
It's very minimalist. Like you think of Yoga as being almost the opposite of a ThinkPad, but Yoga design is starting to show some of the great minimalist kind of aspects of ThinkPad
very,
design.
very minimalist. Very good word. SD card. I believe that would be a micro HDMI out. We've got a USB port here and your power port.
And as we open it back up, let's point out something about the keyboard that's different this time.
Backlit keyboard.
Backlit keyboard. Very much a response or a design change based on things we heard from you guys, some of you on YouTube, some of you on Facebook and Twitter. I know I funnel a lot of that stuff to our design team. And whatever you guys nag us about, we tend to pass along to the team. I'm sure they were already thinking about it, but the backlit keyboard, I think, is big for a lot of people and a very helpful feature.
Absolutely. What else? Just, again, because somebody will ask, it is a 350 nit screen, which means pretty good, actually really good brightness.
Is that better than a 349 nit screen?
By 1 nit, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I have no idea what any of that means, but I'm always glad.
Didn't think you did. And did we mention 9 hours battery life?
We did not.
Okay.
So,
9 hours.
9 hours. So a 9-hour workday, and then you knock off and go to the bar, go to the restaurant, take your kids for a walk. That's it.
Hey.
All right.
Whatever you need to do.
All right. So no more working 12-hour days for anybody. No, I'm kidding. And then anything else to note before we boot the thing up and show people what it can do?
I would say, other than we are doing the Clementine orange and the stylish gray as well, right, in this generation. So.
Yeah, these have become entrenched as the two official yoga colors, I think. And,
all right, awesome.
And I'm partial to the orange.
All right.
I'm a tough dude, though. I mean, but the orange is really pretty.
It goes with your eyes.
Yeah, bloodshot.
All right, so let's do a little cut, and we'll fire it up, do the out-of-box, and come back and take a look at the screen.
Sounds good.
All right, and we're back.
So yeah, we've booted this thing up. It was brand new right out of the box, so it's not it wasn't all the way pimped out like we normally.
Yeah, you got to go through the Windows out of box experience.
So first of all just admire the display for a moment, Kev. Again, 3200 by 1800. What is it? QHD plus.
QHD plus.
Looks gorgeous. The tiles, the Windows 8 tiles here look really nice. And I don't know how well you guys can see the backlit keyboard here, but we've got it on.
On.
My lovely
off,
assistant
on,
demonstrates.
Off. There we go.
And that's how it looks. The Windows 8 tiles are great. There is one thing we wanted to mention that we can't fully show you now. We don't have a photo gallery installed on it because we literally just got it out of the box.
Right.
But Kev, imagine you and your honey, let's just say, on the couch. 9 o'clock at night, you've just got back from vacation, you got a huge photo set that you want to go through. Put this thing in maybe tent or stand mode, and this is a good time to highlight the modes that we have here. But and there's one feature on here that, again, we can't fully show you, but we wanted to mention.
I do want to point out that now there's a new app that shows you when you change the mode. You can turn it off, of course, but when you change the mode, it says now in tent mode and gives you some examples of some of the things that you can do. So what you're talking about is the motion control.
Yes.
So you set this up and you turn it on if you want it, and then you can go into stand mode, tent mode, whichever you want, except tablet. And sit back, show people pictures, and you can literally just kind of do like this. And it'll go from one picture to the other.
You wave in the air, and it's going to cycle through your photo gallery.
It also works for starting and stopping movies, and it also works for turning the page, I believe, on PDFs and on
ebooks.
Ebooks.
Like so again, not maybe in and of itself, not a reason to go run out and buy one of these, but to me, it's one of those, it has that too. Kind of a cool thing. So that was tent, and now you're switching to stand mode here.
And that's going to go away, but it'll say stand mode. Click here to get some ideas about some of the apps that are most useful for this mode. So obviously something like this, if you're Skyping or if you're just doing something that totally and only involves the touchscreen, right? It's gets it a little closer to you than
camera right there,
over the keyboard.
So again, ideal for Skyping, I think. Another feedback we've had from people is this is great if you're on a train or a plane and the seat in front of you is reclined or whatever. And this one helps you use the little bit of space that you have. Right. So we had laptop, tent mode, stand mode, and then obviously if you want the thing in your lap, you've got tablet mode. 360-degree Lenovo patented hinge, right?
Sir.
That makes it possible, and again gives Yoga its name. And that is, as far as I know, the Yoga 2 Pro.
Yes, sir.
All right.
The Lenovo Yoga 2 Pro.
Thanks for being with us today on Lenovo Unboxed, and hit us up in comments here or on Facebook and Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Take care. Thanks, Kev.
Thank you.